Now let us discuss three more methods of analog to digital conversion. Um, Now the single slope method we have discussed here. You can see from this diagram that this is almost similar to the single slope diagram. Only difference is that here we'll have two different slopes. Okay, like this. Wait, I'll explain to you the circuit first, then we can look at that. See here, this integrator. This integrator is nothing but RAM generator. Remember, in that previous circuit we had a RAM generator. This is also having the same function. Now this is connected to a switch. This switch can be between minus V reference. This is some reference voltage. This is our input which has to be converted. Okay. Now this switch where it should be depends on the MSB of the counter. Remember. Okay. Now if MSB equal to 0, the switch will be near Vi. If MSB equal to 1, this switch will be near VR. Okay. Now see here, what happens here is, first we are in the reset state, so all the bits are zeros. How many any number of bits, they are zeros. Okay, so when this is 0, this is connected to Vi, right? So Vi is anyway positive, so RAM generator comes to this is a comparator again. Okay, this is a comparator, and since this is at ground potential, this will be higher anyway, so this clock pulses are transmitted here to the counters. So this counter starts counting. When this MSB becomes 1, till this counter counts till this MSB becomes 1. When this MSB becomes 1, what happens? This switch now will shift to here, to minus VR. So when you apply minus VR to the integrator, see, this operation will be more clear from this diagram. Up to here, up to some time t1, say, at this t1 this MSB is becoming 1. Okay, now up to t1 this will be, we know that this is our integrator equation. I have already discussed this in previous class when I discussed integrator with op-amp. So this is the integrator equation. So now this is the slope. This is why this is called a negative slope, because it is minus 1 over R1 C1. Okay, so up to t1 this is the equation. Now at t2 what happens? Input is now VR, so slope, input is negative VR, right? So minus into minus will be plus and the slope will be positive. Okay, so up to here this comes up to some t2 suppose. So now you are having two slopes here. Now you understand the meaning of the name dual slope. Okay, because we are using two slopes here. So what happens? This when you apply negative voltage, this clock starts coming to the counters and the counter value will stop. At that time the output will be latched, output is latched, and it will be displayed. Okay, so the operation is absolutely same. Only difference is that in this we have two cases. There only one case we had, and here we can have two cases. And this flip-flop this is required only because this MSB has to be stored somewhere in the middle, right? So there is a flip-flop in the middle, that is all. Next, we can go to the next method, successive approximation ADC. Okay, here what happens is, there is a assumption made here, approximation made, that is why and this approximation is continuously checked and remade again. So this is also called a successive approximation. You'll understand better when I explain this. So what happens is, here initially the MSB is made equal to 1. Okay, so suppose B1 is the MSB, so B1 is initially made equal to 1 and remaining are all zeros. Okay, so now we use a DAC here. So what does DAC does? This DAC converts this approximation which we have made, and remember, all this will happen only after you give start of conversion pulse. Start of conversion is very important here. So this all starts after you give start of conversion. Okay, so this DAC converts and it gives some reference voltage VR. Now this VR is checked, I mean compared. This is a comparator, right? So it is compared with our input voltage Vi, and these two conditions arise here. If VR equal to Vi, that means what? Our assumption is more than the input. Then this MSB is made 0 and the next bit is made 1. and again we are making another, that is just that we are making another assumption, because our assumption is too high, we are lowering our assumption. This is a lower value. Okay, and if what happens if VR, this is case here, VR is less than Vi, this means what, our assumption is lower. So what we have to do, we have to increase our assumption. So B1 is anyway 1 according to our assumption, and now next bit also we'll make 1 because we want to increase the value of our assumption. In this similar way, we'll keep on incrementing or decrementing depending upon our Vi value, and finally when these two are equal, this will give end of conversion pulse. This is nothing but successive approximation register, is called successive approximation register. And when these two are equal, these two voltages Vi is equal to VR, when Vi is equal to VR, it gives a end of conversion pulse. So this is a very simple operation, no integrators and no need of complex analysis, very simple concept. Next one we'll discuss a counter type of ADC. Okay, now here what happens is, this is even more simple. Here the counter is initially reset, so the value will be all zeros. Okay, now when you convert, here also same, we are using a DAC, so when you convert, this VR will be equal to 0 initially anyway, so this Vi will be more. So what happens here, this is the AND gate, so when this is at logic 1, because here plus voltage is higher, this will be at logic 1, so this clock will be transmitted like this to the counter. When you get a clock pulse, this counter will start counting, so this value will keep on increasing with each pulse. Okay, now this will count until when this VR value becomes equal to Vi. Okay, because after this point, this logic will become 0 again. So when this logic becomes 0, this clock won't be transmitted. When this clock is not transmitted, counter stops. Okay, so that final value of the counter, at which point the counter stops, is nothing but our converted output. Okay, this is the counter type ADC.